distinguished guests, welcome to TIAC's Canadian Tourism Awards, presented by the Toronto Star and WestJet, and hosted by Ottawa Tourism. Chers invités, bienvenue au Grand Prix du tourisme canadien, présenté par the Toronto Star et WestJet, ainsi que vos hôtes Tourisme Ottawa. Please welcome our Masters of Ceremony, Teresa Ryder and John Dunn. Veuillez accueillir nos maîtres de cérémonie, Teresa Ryder et John Dunn.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm Teresa Ryder, board member for the Tourism Industry Association of Canada, and in my day job, the Director of Partnerships for the Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada. It's my pleasure to be one of your Masters of Ceremonies tonight for the Canadian Tourism Awards, and I'm pleased to be joined by my co-host and trusty sidekick, John Dunn.
Oh, good night, good evening, everybody. Bonsoir, bienvenue à notre gala annuel du tourisme. Really glad to have you all. For those of you who don't know me, because that picture was taken many years ago, I'm John Dunn. I'm CEO of Floor 13. So welcome everybody.
To start, I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered here today on the unceded Anishinaabe-Algonquin territory. We honor all First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples and their valuable past and present contributions to this land.
Alors, ce soir, on a beaucoup à célébrer. We've got a lot to celebrate tonight, folks. We're going to recognize 27 finalists with 9 awards. And we're going to celebrate all the members of our industry that really dedicate themselves to the tourism industry in Canada. And more importantly, also, we're going to celebrate one of our good friends, one of my favorite people in the world, Bill Knowlton, who's going to win the Lifetime Achievement Award. Alors, avant qu'on commence la soirée, before we start the evening, I'd like to have all the finalists stand up and give them a great hand of applause. And I just want you to know, Teresa and I don't know who the winners are because we can't keep a secret, so they won't tell us. So we're going to find out at the same time as you are. I'd also like to recognize this evening Ottawa Tourism for being our host and our sponsor tonight, so thank you very much. And I think we're going to roll the tape.
can say, I know I'm thrilled to be back at an in-person event. And without a doubt, the energy in this room is top-notch. Unfortunately, not all of our finalists could join us this evening. So that's my way of saying, smile nominees, you're on camera. We have an exciting evening ahead of us with 9 awards, as well as Destination Toronto's Lifetime Achievement Award. Our finalists have done an amazing amount of work to be here today, and so please just remember, out of respect to our nominees and our finalists, we'll try and keep the background noise to a minimum. I know it's really, really hard for this room to do that. We're excited to be here, you're excited to be here, and we look forward to celebrating our winners tonight.
Alors, je sais que vous êtes très excités d'être ici ce soir, mais comme vous le savez, les lauréats aiment avoir un peu un stage presence aussi. Ça fait que, s'il vous plaît, quand c'est leur tour, si on peut garder la conversation un petit peu plus tranquille et donner votre attention. Alors, merci beaucoup.
If you haven't already, please start enjoying your salad course, and let's get the party started. Before we begin, we'd like to thank the Toronto Star and WestJet as our presenting partners for these prestigious awards. Their support of TIAC demonstrates their ongoing commitment to the travel and tourism industry in this country. Unfortunately, our friends from the Toronto Star could not be here today and send their apologies. However, we do have our friends from WestJet. Please join me in welcoming Alexis von Hunsbrook.
Alexis, hey, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you very much, Theresa, for your introduction. It's a pleasure for me to be here tonight in Ottawa for this great event. So to CEO Beth Potter and Board Chair David McKenna, congratulations on a very successful Congress and all the successful advocacy that you all do on behalf of our sector. So WestJet is really proud to be the presenting sponsor of these awards today. The nominees, they present only the tip of the iceberg of our diverse, of our sustainable, of our innovative and entrepreneurial tourism industry. I think they deserve one more round of applause for the nominees tonight. So for me, this is my first tourism award, and I'm very honored to be here and speak on behalf of WestJet, a company whose investments help to stitch the fabric of Canada together, but also our amazing employees who wear their uniform every day with resilience and passion for serving. All employees in our sector have proven their resilience and commitment during the pandemic, which was the greatest challenge that we have ever faced as an industry. We owe them all our gratitude and appreciation. As WestJet, we are proud to have made air travel accessible to Canadians and people traveling to Canada over the past 26 years. As we plan our future, we will continue to do even more of this. Our success is not determined by plans made in my office in Calgary, but they are made in partnership with our communities and our partners, and many of those partners are represented here tonight. We say thank you for sticking with us, supporting us throughout our industry's greatest crisis, and joining us as we rebuild and reshape our future. Thank you. Our strategy is taking shape and will be unveiled over time. Soon, we will be unveiling our new long-haul destinations that we will serve out of Calgary. And this will connect Canada to the world more than ever before. And we are proud to do this to develop also the Western Canadian tourism sector through Calgary. Secondly, we have 65 MAX 737 aircraft on order. And this fleet purchase will allow us to fly many, many new routes that have not been served so far. We will see more key transporter flights for both leisure and business travel. And we have heard this loud and clear and understood the access of you all for US customers. We will have more East-West Canada travel and a commitment to Canada's domestic tourism leader. And with our acquisition, with our planned acquisition of Sunwing, we will transition their assets to serve Canadian communities year-round. And perhaps most importantly, all of this will be accomplished with our renewed commitment to sustainability, to diversity, and to inclusion. We will continue and expand our commitment to Indigenous tourism with Keith Henry and his team at ITAC, and also in our home province. WestJet is not waiting for others to chart our sustainable future. We have taken the lead in Canada on sustainability already. We have done the largest ever purchase of sustainable aviation fuels in Canada. And we have the worldwide first destination where on a particular route for 3 months we will fly our airplanes with a very high degree of sustainable aviation fuel, which allow us to reduce the CO2 emissions by close to 200 tons over close to 50 flights. It's the first of its kind product, and it's our start on our road to become net zero by 2050. And very importantly, the work that our company and our industry does is not a source of shame, it is a source of pride. We will continue to democratize travel and ensure its accessibility for all. This has been a WestJet achievement in the past, and we will continue doing so. And finally, on a personal note, as some of you may know, I'm new to Canada with my family, and I'm very much looking forward exploring this nation with my family, who has just recently moved here with me from Austria. I very much welcome all your ideas and recommendations and hope to do business also on a private side with many of those that are represented here in this room. So on behalf of everyone at WestJet, thank you very much again, and congratulations to all nominees tonight.
Welcome to Canada.
Go, go, go! Not gonna make it.
We timed this out, remember?
Passports.
Is that money? Dad! Have you forgotten how to pack for a vacation?
We're gonna miss our flight to Cancun.
Cancun? I'll make sure you make your flight. Sorry, it's been a while. It's been a long time for everyone.
Thank you, Toronto Star and WestJet, for your support of the Canadian Tourism Awards. The awards were developed to recognize the excellence of this dynamic and important economic sector. Tourism means business in Canada. Even amid the COVID crisis, tourism is one of the few truly national industries that generate business in every region, province, territory, town, community.
So, as you know, many of our awards are sponsored by tourism partners committed to the tourism industry, and really without their participation, this soiree would probably not happen. So please join with me in thanking our sponsors for the evening and for the prizes.
Once again this year, a record number of nominations were submitted for this year's awards. We are fortunate to have a dedicated panel of tourism experts that undertake the important task of reviewing and evaluating the over 100 nominations.
So please join with me in expressing our appreciation to our judges who are volunteers and are giving their time and their expertise. And we have one judge here with us tonight, Mary Sewich. So if you could please stand up, and we want to say thank you. Where are you, Mary? Oh, there you are.
Just so we know, the window to pay off Mary has now closed. She'll be available for next year's awards. At this time, please also allow us to recognize other special guests. We have with us tonight several members of Parliament supporting those finalists in their riding. At this point, please let's acknowledge the ministers and MPs that are here with us today.
So we're actually really thrilled to have the Honourable Randy Boissonneau with us tonight, Minister of Tourism and Associate Minister of Finance. Merci, Monsieur le Ministre, d'être ici avec nous ce soir. Vous allez voir, notre cohorte 2022 est très impressionnant. Alors, I'd like to ask the Minister to come up to the stage and just say a few words.
Let's hear it for John and Teresa, TIAC Awards 2022. Bonsoir tout le monde. Good evening, Anin, Tansi, Tawau. Now, did you just see what happened in the room, Teresa? You gave a shout out to about a dozen parliamentarians, and they were uncharacteristically modest and uncharacteristically followed the rules. So fellow parliamentarians, stand up and be recognized. Stand up, let's see you. If you're an MP or a senator, Tony, stand up. Blake, stand up. Julie, Chris. There we go, Richard. I see you all. Miranda, merci beaucoup. Thank you, everyone. Look, regardless of what political stripe or order of government you're from, it's damn hard work. So thank you all, and thank you for understanding that our job in the Parliament of Canada is to take the politics out of tourism, to put a framework in the way for these businesses and these organizations and these associations to be successful, and then, quite frankly, to get the heck out of the way and let them succeed. What do you say to that? Now the team is looking at me and saying he hasn't even looked at his remarks yet. So, chers amis, merci, bonsoir. I know that I'm, here between you and the main course, so I will be mercifully brief. And I just want to say this. Before the pandemic threw a monkey wrench in your historic growth, before the pandemic literally gutted our communities and put in question whether the tourism industry would ever get back on its feet, let me say that summer and fall 22 said that this tourism industry, if not in 23, but certainly by 24, will be back better than ever before. And let me also say this. Never again will our government take a sort of let's see what happens approach to tourism. We're going to make sure that we continue to partner with you, that we are there to make sure that the ecosystem works, that all the pieces connect. We're going to make sure that we welcome the world to this country in ways that we have never done before. Earlier today, I had the Canada soccer jersey on, and I was there with our team like you all were. And I can say this, when the Qatar games are over, we're going to get busy with Brand USA, Destination Canada, Mexico Tourism, and we are going to tell the world that they're going to be able to come to the most inclusive, the most diverse, the most successful FIFA games ever, hosted by Mexico, the United States, and Canada in 2026. And part of what's going to help us to do that is a renewed and revigorated federal tourism growth strategy. More on that early in 2023. Now you're going to get on to the main course, but let me share with you what I know got us through the pandemic, and more importantly, what is going to get us to the growth that we want to see and how we are going to get past 2019 levels, and we are going to compete with those countries who have the highest concentrations of GDP coming out of tourism, because we are going to welcome those high-value guests to our country from coast to coast to coast. And here is the poem from Albert Camus. It's a citation from un poème d'Albert Camus. Au milieu de l'hiver, j'apprenais enfin qu'il y avait en moi un été invincible. In the midst of winter, I found there was within me an invincible summer. That's what got us through the pandemic. That's what's going to help us to build. That is what's going to lead this country to show the world that they ain't seen nothing yet. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Minister, for those kind words. So right now, before we start the program, you get to eat. So enjoy the main course. All right, ladies and gentlemen, back to the serious business. So I'll ask you to take your seats. Glenn, come on. Set an example. You're sponsoring the evening. All right, just a few housekeeping notes for the winners and the sponsors. We'd like you to come up this side of the stage, and once the winner comes up, the sponsor will give the winner the prize. Come over here, take a quick picture. Winner gets to say a few words. Escorted over there, where the minister will be waiting for you for another picture. All right? Everybody clear? Great. All right. So, let's get to it. First award of the evening. Notre premier prix pour la soirée is the Air Canada Business of the Year Award. This award is presented to a tourism business that exemplifies industry best practices in all aspects of its operation, and thus an example of all-round business excellence in the tourism industry. And now the finalists for the Air Canada Business Awards are...
Air Canada Business of the Year Award. Calgary Stampede. The Calgary Stampede celebrates the people, animals, land, traditions, and values that make up the unique spirit of the West. This not-for-profit organization is a staple in Calgary and southern Alberta with its world-renowned stampede, agriculture and western events, and youth programs. Great Wolf Lodge. Great Wolf Lodge is a water park resort with over 100,000 square feet of wild rides, slides, and water activities that hosts over 500,000 lodging guests each year. Great Wolf Resorts operates North America's largest family of indoor water parks, operating 17,000 locations across North America with plans for more. Harbour Air Group. Founded in 1982 with 2 small seaplanes, Harbour Air is the world's largest all-seaplane airline and first fully carbon-neutral airline. In 2019, Harbour Air successfully developed and flew the world's first fully electric commercial aircraft. The company has become renowned for its award-winning safety culture and commitment to sustainability and innovation.
Pour présenter le prix, j'aimerais inviter d'Air Canada M. Éric Lauzon, directeur de relations partenariat. M. Lauzon. Absolument, il n'y a pas de problème.
Bonsoir à tous. Good evening, Honorable Monsieur Boissonneau, members of Parliament, hello, distinguished guests, partners. Au nom d'Air Canada et de ses 30 000 employés, je tiens à remercier chacun d'entre vous ici dans la salle ce soir. Pourquoi? Pour votre apport inestimable pour la richesse de cette très belle industrie touristique, cette belle famille. Je tiens à vous remercier aussi en tant que client pour votre grande confiance. Thank you tremendously for your business, invaluable partnership, and also we wanted to, obviously, we're here tonight to congratulate all the finalists across all categories for your hard and deserving work. Air Canada, as Canada's flag carrier, Air Canada connects Canada to more than 165 destinations in the country and around the world to bring travelers here and show them what you have to offer. So that makes, the best solution, the best equation, or formula, I should say, to make this country one of the best countries to visit in the world. Tourism is an integral part of our national and local economies, and rest assured that we're working hard every day at it. Like you, we aim on making this industry more inclusive, prosperous, and sustainable for future generations. Travaillons-y tous ensemble. Et sans tarder, je suis fier d'annoncer, I'm very pleased to announce that the 2022 Air Canada Business of the Year Award goes to, drum roll, Great Wolf Lodge. We also invite Mr. Tony Baldini to follow the winners on stage.
Ow! Wow, okay. Good evening, bonsoir, anin. First, I'd like to express our appreciation and gratitude to TIAC for their relentless voice for our industry. And, yes? And for our ownership group, the Jim Pattison Group, out of Vancouver, and Ripley's Entertainment for their unwavering support through Uncharted Waters. To Air Canada for sponsoring this award, and the Westin for their beautiful venue and first-class service. Thank you. Okay, so wow, Business of the Year. It's amazing. It really is amazing. I'm proud to accept this on behalf of our entire Wolf Pack. We're 825 pack members strong, and it takes each and every one of us to accomplish what we do every day. We are loyal and resilient, and I would take any one of us to battle with me any day. Our job is to create these snippets of time where our guests can escape, have fun, connect, and create memories. And to be a part of this is a privilege for which we are grateful. How lucky we are to be part of an industry as progressive, relevant, influential, and just plain fun as tourism and hospitality. Surviving a pandemic has reshaped the way we do business and the way we think about how we'll do business in the future. We do more with less, and that's just a fact. Before the pandemic, Keith, our general manager, had us do an exercise in how we'd operate our business at 75, 50, and 25% of our business of the current business levels. That just keeps falling, and I'm just going to let it go. So you can well imagine what we all thought of this exercise that Keith had us do. Well, thank you, because you prepared us for the worst. That was always the very first thing he would say to us, is assume the worst. He taught us to take care of our pack, our guests, our property, our community. He weathered 517 days of a storm with us. Let that sink in. We were closed for 517 days. And then another 30, just because it was January. But a strong piece of our DNA is our community outreach program. As a leader in our business community and one of Niagara's largest employers, we know how important it was to remain committed to our community partners, our local food banks, Sick Kids Foundation, and of course the 500 free rooms that we provided to nurses as a token of appreciation and gratitude. As a testing kit distribution center through our local Chamber of Commerce, our PAC felt pride in being part of a system of social responsibility. And from a very broader perspective, the Lodge looks forward to our continued partnership with the Niagara Peninsula Aspiring Geopark, as we believe in geoheritage conservation and supporting local business through this hyper-local tourism that geoparks will rejuvenate. In September 2022, we lost our original alpha wolf, our general manager, Keith Simmons. He would be proud and humbled to receive this recognition this evening. What each and every one of us do in this room is very important. So I urge you to please keep on doing this. Let's keep getting better together. Thank you. Merci. Megwitch.
Congratulations. Our next award is the Small or Medium-Sized Business of the Year Award. This award is presented to a tourism business with less than 20 employees that exemplifies industry best practices in all aspects of its operation and thus is an example of an all-around business excellence in the tourism industry. And now, the finalist for the Small or Medium-Sized Business of the Year.
Small or Medium-Sized Business of the Year Award. Urtsu Travel Group. Urtsu Travel Group is a receptive tour operator and offers unforgettable self-guided, pre-booked RV itineraries for both independent travelers and guided travel groups. They specialize in all-inclusive travel packages for the on-the-go traveler wanting to explore all that Canada and Western USA have to offer. Euston Park. Jean and Susan Cormier opened Euston Park Social, the first beer garden in Moncton, New Brunswick in 2019, and immediately were asked to open a second location 3 months later. With local food and beverage products and international dining experiences, Euston Park is showing off the best of New Brunswick. B-Rad Adventure Co. B-Rad Adventure Co. strives to inspire and empower people to live their raddest lives. As the first company in New Brunswick to market mountain bike experiences to locals and tourists, B-Rad Adventure Co. is bringing new riders to the sport, building successful partnerships with towns and businesses, and showing how mountain biking can be a solid tourism draw.
Thank you. Jen Taylor, may I ask you to join me on the stage for the presentation of the next award?
What's that? Oh.
I'm not wearing my cane right now just because, I'm trying to look good. Thanks. Delighted to be here and present this award. And the Small and Medium-Sized Business of the Year award goes to En Route Travel Canada Travel Group. Come on up here, Chemo. Congratulations. I'd like to invite Richard Canning to join the stage with us. Thank you.
Well, I guess I have to, I'm happy, I'm proud, I'm extremely excited to accept this award on behalf of our team. Thank you for everybody who voted for us. Thinking about it, probably surreal is a better word to describe how I'm feeling. 6 roller coaster years. We started ERTCU. ERTCU actually staged for En Route Travel Canada and USA. And 2 years of very rapid growth, 2 years of no customers, no paying customers at least, and followed by a record-breaking year in 2022. Honestly, didn't think that this year could be any better, but here I am, standing on this podium, representing our small but mighty team. To the entire TIAC team, thank you from the bottom of my heart, and not only for this award, but for everything you've done during the pandemic. I think I can say this for most tourism businesses in Canada, small, medium, and large, but we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all your ongoing support and fighting. Also, a huge shout out to the 2 other finalists, Euston Park and my new friends, B-Rad Adventure. Each one of you could just as easily won this award, so congrats on your amazing businesses, your teams, and contributions. I would like to take this opportunity to thank a few people and organizations. Joanne, my wife and business partner, and I took our first steps in the tourism industry for working for Fraserway RV in the RV rental industry. Ever since we started ERTCU, Linneke Kareluk, VP Rentals of Fraserway RV, has been a huge advocate. So thank you, Linneke. Thank you, Fraserway, for your ongoing support. As you've seen during the introduction, we operate in a specific market in the campground and RV, rental RV industry. Most campgrounds are, just like ourselves, small family-owned businesses. So I would like to thank these campgrounds for their trust and for working so closely with us. Also, being an RTO, we couldn't have done this without all our partners. So a huge thank you to all the tour operators we work with, all our suppliers, and to the many, many DMOs representing all the beautiful areas where we send our guests to. Special thanks to TODA, the Thompson Okanagan Tourism Association, the resiliency program that helped us a lot during the pandemic, and specifically Alan Matthews. To Parks Canada, Jan, Paul, Kara, and Michael, they're here. And Anne and Joss and the BCLCA, the BC Lodging and Campground Association. Final three mentions are especially dear to me. First, our core team, Lena, Mary, and Julia. Yes, we're small. They are professionals. They are very, very flexible in how they work. They are experienced destination and RV specialists, know the ins and outs of our operations, and stuck with us during the pandemic. So they are the best. They're amazing. Also, and that's a little personal, but a big hug to our two daughters, Maud and Kiki. They don't like hugs, but anyways, it's all public now. You know, for the support and for their patience when we build this company. And lastly, to Joanne, my wife and partner, but she couldn't be here tonight. She's working, but she had the vision to create the self-guided RV itineraries and take visitors renting an RV figuratively by the hand. And give them a front row seat in an RV to show off the beauty that Canada has to offer. So, you know, Joanne, she is the soul and brains and engine of ERTCU, and she really made winning this award a possibility. Thank you for the award. Thank you, TAIAC, and good luck to all the other finalists. Thank you.
Congratulations. All right. Here's your card if you want to keep that. Thanks, Jen. Okay, moving on. Congratulations, by the way. Next prize, notre prochain prix is the Air Transat Sustainable Tourism Award. So this award is presented to a tourism business that has made an outstanding contribution to the practice of promoting responsible and sustainable tourism in Canada. And now the finalists for the 2022 Air Transat Sustainable Tourism Award.
The Air Transat Sustainable Tourism Award. For Nature Resort. Located in Chelmsford, New Brunswick, For Nature Resort is a waterfront property offering vacation rentals, cozy log cottages, gardens, and more. Sustainability is at the heart of their work, with a commitment to maintaining 20 acres of open grounds, waterfront areas, and over 8 kilometers of beautiful nature trails. Au Diable Vert. Situated in southeastern Quebec, Au Diable Vert is a unique 4-season combination of original activities and ecological accommodations on 565 acres of pristine wilderness. From humble starts of 200 acres and 2 small cabins, Au Diable Vert has grown to 36 cabins and an array of eco-friendly, people-powered activities. Eagle Wing Tours. Eagle Wing Tours is an ecotourism and conservation company based in Victoria, British Columbia that offers year-round whale and wildlife tours. As Canada's first third-party verified carbon-neutral whale watching company, Eagle Wing Tours aims to protect marine wildlife and the ocean environment by building awareness through tours, education, and outreach.
So to present the award, I'd like to ask Joe Adamo to come up, Chief Sales and Marketing Officer and President of Transat Distribution Canada, Transat. Joe.
Thanks, John.
Here's the...
Thank you, John. Bonsoir à toutes et à tous. Air Transat est fier de s'associer à ce magnifique prix qui reconnaît ces 3 finalistes pour le prix en tourisme durable. Air Transat is extremely proud to support TIAC and the industry at large as we all strive for a more sustainable travel and tourism industry. From being the first large international tour operator to be Travel Life certified in 2018, to investing in sustainable aviation fuel technology in Montreal and beyond, to operating a fleet of aircraft that is today 45% younger than in 2019, and obviously much more fuel efficient. We take that responsibility very seriously, as do these 3 very worthy finalists. I wish there were a prize for all 3 of you. You are terrific. Your stories are amazing. But there is one winner, and I am pleased to call to the stage Nathan from Eagle Wing Tours.
Wow. Thank you. Wow. So 4 times I've been here, and 4 times you've been a finalist, and I wrote a speech every time, except for this time. So I figured that's how we'd win, is by doing the jinx. So I did write a couple things at the cocktail reception. I'll start with a quote. In the end, we will conserve only what we love, we will love only what we understand, and we will understand only what we are taught. And it's Baba Diyam. It's from 1967 or something. He's sort of one of the quotes that we live by at our company. So big thanks to TIAC. Thank you for this. Thank you for having us as a nominee. Shout out to all the nominees, especially in our particular category. You guys rock. Yeah. So it's just nice to break bread with you tonight. Learn your stories. You're doing great work. So keep it going. Appreciate it. Want to give a shout out to our team. They're the best. We are Eagle Wing because of our family and our team that work for us. I want to give a shout out to our partners. We have so many, I would be here all day telling you, so I'm just going to shout out to our partners and our community. We basically live by our 4 pillars, and they include research, education, sustainability, and conservation. So this year alone, we'll be doing 4,000 kids on the water, and part of our education program, a 4-week program that grades 4 to grade 8. In the Victoria area to explore the Salish Sea, and it's all about a connection to place, so we're very proud of that. For the research angle, I literally just yesterday received an 83-page dissertation from a master's student who joined us this season. I haven't read it yet because I've been engrossed in TIAC, but I look forward to reading that on the plane on the way home tomorrow. And then for sustainability, well, we're here, so thank you. I just want to give a quick shout out as well to our partners at Destination Greater Victoria. Thank you for your undying support. It's hard to see you in the crowd, but thank you. You know who you are. Paul and his team. Love you guys. And also, just a couple things as well. From our owners, Brett and Don, just humbled. They're Victoria-based guys from the island. They care deeply about the environment and our future. So big shout out from them. They just wanted to say that they're really thankful and humbled by this. And to my wife and kids. Thank you.
Oh, congratulations once again. The next 2 awards are sponsored by our friends at Tourism HR Canada, the Canadian Tourism Employee and Employer of the Year Award. The Employee of the Year Award is presented to a frontline employee whose professionalism, dedication, attitude, and quality of service best exemplifies excellence in the tourism industry. And now, the finalists for the 2022 Tourism HR Canada Employee of the Year Award.
Tourism HR Canada Employee of the Year Award. Kaylee Potts. Kaylee Potts has been a valued member of Adventure Canada since 2016. A high-impact team player, she exhibits an intelligent, thoughtful, and professional approach to her work. Kaylee played a key role in supporting clients during the pandemic, never failing to go above and beyond what was asked of her. Spurgeon Robbins. A lifelong student of all things PEI, Spurgeon Robbins is a senior who decided to enter the tourism and hospitality industry after retiring a rewarding career as a teacher. Over the past 13 years, Spurgeon has provided exceptional service to visitors of PEI as a bus tour guide and as an experience specialist at the Summerside Visitor Information Center. Susan Tomohiro. Susan Tomohiro is the Director of Product at Fresh Tracks Canada, known for her go-getter attitude and for always going above and beyond. Thanks to her dedication and hard work, Fresh Tracks Canada was able to grow and expand its offerings to customers despite the challenges of the pandemic.
To present this award, I'd like to call on Philip Mondor, President and CEO of Tourism HR Canada.
Thank you, Teresa. When you think about Employee of the Year, I'm going to argue that it's the most important award we have here tonight. If you think a little deeper about it, this event couldn't happen without the employees in this hotel, which is really a statement about how important it is. And also, we shouldn't forget that everyone you're sitting next to is an employee in this industry. So we have a lot to celebrate. But let's find out who the Employee of the Year is. Employee of the Year is Kaylee Potts from Adventure Canada.
Wow, thank you so much. I just want to say thanks to TIAC for this, for having us, and for Tourism HR Canada. Obviously, like they said, everyone here is deserving of the award. It's been an incredibly tough couple of years, as we all know, but being here is a reminder of just what an amazing industry we're all part of, absolutely. So thanks above all else, of course, to Adventure Canada, who I work for. All of my growth and all the opportunities that I've been a part of have been thanks to them, and I'm really grateful for this nomination. I'm super overwhelmed, so yeah, thanks to everyone. I hope you all have a very lovely night. And yeah, thank you.
I'm just going to take my time a little bit because Phil's also giving the prize out for the next one. So the next prize is Tourism HR Canada's Employer of the Year Award. So the Tourism HR Employer of the Year Award is awarded to a business who has made a commitment to foster equity, diversity, inclusion, and belonging. A visionary who embraces innovative ideas to move the company forward while supporting and encouraging work-life balance. God knows we know that, we need that. Improving well-being, productivity, and a safe workplace environment. So now the finalists of the 2022 Tourism HR Employer of the Year Award.
Tourism HR Canada Employer of the Year Award. Kingsbrae Garden. Kingsbrae Garden is a multiple award-winning botanical garden in St. Andrews, New Brunswick. Set on 35 acres overlooking the ocean in this beautiful and historic resort town, Kingsbury is home to exotic and luxurious plants, well-loved birds and animals, and a large residence for the arts. Great Wolf Lodge. Great Wolf Lodge is a resort destination unlike any other family entertainment venue in Canada. A water park resort with over 100,000 square feet of wild rides, slides, and water activities. Great Wolf Lodge is dedicated to being an employer of choice and implements a variety of employee engagement programs and resources. Tourism Kingston. Tourism Kingston is the destination marketing organization for Kingston, Ontario. Its vision is to champion Kingston as a destination for local, regional, national, and international tourism. Tourism Kingston strives to provide a supportive environment for staff to innovate, collaborate, and grow.
All right, Philip, you're up again.
It's kind of fun giving 2 awards away. You don't know who's in the envelope. Listen, next to Employee of the Year, the next important award, of course, is Employer of the Year. So let's see who we need to celebrate here. Tourism Employer of the Year is Tourism Kingston.
Thank you, everybody. As all have been on the stage before me, I'd like to thank TIAC for all the hard work. I'd like to recognize that these events don't come together without a lot of sweat equity and labor of love. So thanks to the entire team for pulling us together in person for 2 full days of really energetic and motivational conference topics. I'd like to thank Tourism HR Canada and Philip for this award, sponsoring it. It's always important to have our sponsors. I'd like my table of Kingstonians to stand up, please, because really this award is about them. It's not about me. So Marley, Kathy, Dee, Allison, it takes a community, it takes a village, and it really is a testament to the people. The people make the place, and the place is really great. So I'd like to thank the entire Tourism Kingston team for tonight. Thank you.
If I could follow the script, I would know where I'm supposed to be. Congratulations. Next up is the Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada, I should be able to say that, Indigenous Tourism Award. I'm here all night. This award recognizes an Indigenous tourism business that has demonstrated a commitment to the development, promotion, and delivery of an authentic, innovative, and enriched Indigenous cultural tourism visitor experience. And now, the finalists in the ITAC Indigenous Tourism Award category.
ITAC Indigenous Tourism Award. Heritage Path Tour. The Mi'kmaq Heritage Path Tour is a guided walk through the traditional lands of the Elsipogtog First Nation in New Brunswick. Lasting over 2 hours, the tour features historical, cultural, and spiritual teachings and is designed for both Indigenous and non-Indigenous people. Corporation Nibishi. Corporation Nibishi sustainably manages Quebec's 2 largest wildlife reserves and is deeply committed to delivering tourism experiences rooted in Cree culture. It has expanded from its summer base in fishing and camping to include tea walks, spectacular trails, and authentic cultural workshops accessible year-round. Waniskewen Heritage Park. Celebrating its 30th anniversary, Waniskewen Heritage Park has served as a cultural beacon in Canada. The park has blossomed into a place for cultural education, culinary arts, visual arts, and performing arts, all centered around Northern Plains Indigenous Culture Park.
And now, to present this award, I'd like to call on Prince Albert's best jigger, Keith Henry. He told me to tell a joke.
Oh my staff likes to poke at me. She didn't even know she worked at ITAC a few minutes ago. Anyways, thanks Teresa for setting the tone of that introduction. Yeah, what an honor it is. It's so nice to see everyone here this evening, and we're so proud at ITAC on behalf of our board and our staff of those 3 particular businesses, 3 of 1,900 other friends and family that we know that are blood, sweat, and tears developing and sharing their culture in an authentic way. And you know, those 3, of course, nominees are all excellent examples of that, and we know that at ITAC, and we're just very proud of them. You know, I was going to jokingly say, some of you might remember we introduced this award for the first time, I believe it was in 2015. I was a rookie at that time. I'm still a rookie probably to some of our folks in here, but I remember getting up on here and they used to run a little differently, and they'd tell us, you know, you got 5 minutes or less than that, 3 minutes I think it was. And I went up with about a 15-page speech the first time. But because we were Indigenous, they just kind of let me go on, and no one said anything. So we have our advantages, and don't think we don't know it every once in a while. So we've all grown up and matured. I've become an adult Métis person now, and on that note, I wanted to say how much we're very proud of the recipient, and the award winner is... We need some First Nation drums going, please. Yes, that's right. Wow. This gets louder and louder. I should let you get... Heritage Path Tours, Elsipogtog Mi'kmaq Cultural Center.
My name is Sandra, and all I gotta say is thank you all. Walalio.
Amazing. Wow. Woo. Well, thank you, Wilalieg, Nemdelewizi, Anna Marie, and I'm shaking right now. I'm so proud to be here and honored to be here with my friend Sandra, who is a traditional guide at Elsipogtog Heritage Path Tour. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you to Sandra and the traditional guides that are part of human connection. And Keith likes to say that, you know, tourism, Indigenous tourism is reconciliation in action. And it truly, truly is. And before I go any further, I do want to say some thank you, first and foremost, to our traditional guides. Also the Chief and Council. When we say it takes a community, it truly does in our community. Chief and Council, also our tourism project management team, our administration team, our Understanding Mother Earth cleanup crew, like our cleanup crew who developed our path that we now walk people through, you know. And of course, our very, very important partners. TIAC, thank you so much for, you know, being our voice, our industry voice throughout. ITAC, Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada. Tourism, Heritage and Culture, New Brunswick, our team is here today, woo! And our funding partners at COA, RDC, all these fundings and these partnerships are crucial and vital to our success at the Heritage Path and in Elsipogtog. And if you wish to bring truth and reconciliation into your organization, into your life, and into your practices, I invite you to absolutely participate in an Indigenous tourism experience, because this is where reconciliation happens. And what it is that people come into our community, and they are actually stepping foot into our community. They've made that choice to come, and they're connecting with community members. They're not learning about our culture through a book or through somebody else who doesn't live there. They're coming here, and they're making human connections. And we are affecting change through human connection in Elsipogtog, New Brunswick, with our traditional guides. And I just want to say that, you know, it really, when you get the right people in the right place, with the right attitude and the right positive attitude, it really can affect change. And equally as important as what we give out to others who come to visit us in our community is what the community gets back. The economic development, the human resource development, the opportunity to give community members the opportunity to take skills, transferable skills with them, and to succeed. And in doing this, through this employment opportunity, not only are people having an opportunity to reconnect with their culture, but they are preserving their culture through sharing it with others. And not to mention all the economic spin-offs. When people come to our community, they're going to buy gas at our gas station, they're going to buy groceries, you know, so it's just a win-win situation for everybody. And I'm so honored to be here today with Sandra. Come here. We've been spending the last couple of days, because we didn't realize we didn't have tickets for the Congress. We've been visiting Ottawa. We've had the best time in Ottawa. We did 7.5 kilometers this morning.
It was fun. Thank you.
We were commenting on how we thought it felt like being at home in the Maritimes. It's so friendly here. So thank you, everybody. We're so honored to be here and grateful to have this opportunity. Thank you so much. Bolale. Bolale.
You know, Keith, if you can't make it in tourism, there's a great, you know, stand-up career for you. Alors, notre prochain prix est le prix innovateur de l'année de Via Rail. This award is presented to tourism business organization that develops the most innovative new tourism product, service, or process, or the most innovative new approach to an existing tourism product, service, or process that positively impacts the tourism business or the tourism industry as a whole. So now the finalists of the Via Rail Innovator of the Year Award.
Via Rail Canada Innovator of the Year Award. The Institute for Canadian Citizenship. The Institute for Canadian Citizenship is a charity that works to make Canada more welcoming to newcomers. They recently launched Canoe Access Pass, a highly innovative mobile app designed to help newcomers feel at home by discovering Canada's best culture and nature attractions. Area 506 Waterfront Container Village. What started as a simple parking lot on an industrial waterfront has been transformed into a top tourist attraction in St. John, New Brunswick. Area 506 has rebranded St. John for visitors and residents alike, becoming a cool and attractive place with energy, excitement, and a bit of everything New Brunswick has to offer. Malahat Skywalk. Malahat Skywalk is Vancouver Island's newest year-round outdoor experience. This 10-story spiral tower lookout is 250 meters above sea level and displays breathtaking panoramic views. Built with a commitment to be accessible, Malahat Skywalk has quickly become a marquee tourism asset for Vancouver Island and Canada.
Alors, pour présenter le prochain prix, j'inviterai M. Pierre Santoni, qui est directeur du développement et partenariat chez Via Rail. And we did manage to put a 5-second delay on the tape during Pierre's presentation, just in case.
That's ridiculous, John, ridiculous. So nice to be in a room with everyone again. I love this. I have touched and hugged so many people. God, I missed you. I missed you. Bill Knowlton. Bill Knowlton. Getting the Senior Citizen Award. Getting whatever he's getting, he deserves. He's a fantastic ambassador to this industry. And we have to slow. Yes, he deserves an applause for that. Bill had a request tonight. He didn't want to make it himself because he's just too shy. Bill's on the 6 a.m. flight tomorrow. He'd like the dinner to go until 4 so he doesn't have to go to bed and just go right to the airport. He begged us, can we just drag it out about another 4 or 5 hours? Is that right, Bill? Bill fell asleep 3 hours ago, folks, just in case you're wondering. Okay. Now, the Innovator of the Year award, I've been delivering this award since 1930. There was no color pictures when I had that done. Since 1930, I've been here at this stage delivering the Innovator of the Year award, because in 1929, Via Rail won the award when we switched from coal to diesel. And thanks, Bill. And that was such an awesome thing that we got the award. So on behalf of Via Rail Canada, our employees across the country, who many were laid off for almost 2 years, and almost all of them are back now. But from the employees, and we are innovating, we have a new fleet coming soon, and it is very innovative. So I just had to get that out. On behalf of all of you, our passengers, our employees, the winner is Area 506, Area 506 Waterfront, Area 506. Very large.
Thank you, Pierre. Thank you to TIAC for putting this on. Obviously, just a huge thing for our entire industry, especially this year, and to Via Rail for sponsoring the Innovator. I'm overwhelmed. I'll be honest with you. It's been since 2016 that we started to put the Area 506 idea together, and really this year was our first year where we had a playground to play with, and we had about, 40 vendors come together to kind of create this incredible experience and introduction to what we thought was New Brunswick for cruise passengers and for local residents and for tourists and all that, and it created a pretty incredible opportunity. But I wanted to say thank you for a lot of the people that came together to make this happen, and first and foremost, I wanted to say thank you to the government of New Brunswick, specifically the Tourism, Heritage and Culture Department, which is sitting over there. And Yenna and Tammy and Rose specifically has just been absolutely incredible to work with. And I think too, when we think about all of the New Brunswick representation that came together tonight as part of these, the groups that are up for these awards, it's an incredible interpretation of what's available in New Brunswick and what the potential is in New Brunswick, and I'm awfully proud to be part of that, as well as from a federal perspective, ACOA, as well as our local MP and a lot of those people that came together to make it happen. I'm incredibly happy to also sort of celebrate my team. So we have a small but nimble team that has come together to make this happen. And I'm happy to be here with my wife, Laura, who is actually the person who was actually, like, when you look at that picture, she was sitting in the container that sold our merch and everything for the entire summer. Whether it was like great weather or not so great weather, she was there kind of like selling our wares and making it happen. So I wanted to say thank you specifically to her sitting over there as well right now. But at the end of the day, I'd like to think that innovation's an incredible thing, and it's a thing that you either innovate or you die. And in New Brunswick and in general in Atlantic Canada, we're in this position where we sort of have to make waves, and hopefully we're at a point where we're starting to make waves, and in the province of New Brunswick specifically, I think we're very much making waves, and hopefully Area 506 is very much part of that. So thank you very much, and I appreciate this award as well. So thank you.
Congratulations again. Our next award is the Business Event Award, presented by Floor 13. This award recognizes a corporate, association, and/or incentive Canadian event that has enhanced the profile, awareness, and appeal of a destination, as well as economic impact, increased visitation, and community involvement. And now, the finalists of the Floor 13 Business Event Award.
Floor 13 Business Event Award. AMI AI Week. AMI is one of Canada's preeminent centres of artificial intelligence. In 2022, AMI launched a new era of AI impact in Alberta with their inaugural conference, AI Week, and drew an unprecedented gathering of top talent. More than 2,000 AI professionals gathered for 4 days of business-focused presentations and discussions. YASTA. The Yarmouth and Acadian Shores Tourism Association has been the regional destination marketing organization for Yarmouth Coast since 2010. In June 2022, YASTA hosted the Travel Media Association of Canada conference, which highlighted a less traveled region of Nova Scotia and was the only major travel media event held in Canada in 2022. Prospectors and Developers Association of Canada. The Prospectors and Developers Association of Canada convention is the world's premier annual exploration and mining event. This year, PDAC welcomed more than 17,000 delegates to Toronto for its first in-person convention since March 2020.
All right, cue the music. He's got a long way to come. Here to present this award, Mr. John Dunn.
Double dipping here, it's a little weird. Listen, we're very proud to give this award. We were just meeting with the Meetings Mean Business earlier this week. This is huge industry, business events, sporting events, nighttime events, which I think I might have a PhD in. Super important, $33 billion worth of spend. It is at the cornerstone of the segment, and it's really, really important. So I'm very proud to have these finalists here tonight with us. So without further ado, the winner of the Business Events Award is Prospectors and Developers Association of Canada.
I'm not with PDAC, but I do think I should say, Pierre et Monsieur Dunn, vous avez besoin de nouvelles photos. You both need new photos. Those are really old. Unfortunately, PDAC couldn't be here tonight. They are hosting their big celebration event with their planning committee, and they had just happened to schedule it on tonight. So I am honored to be here to accept it on their behalf. We were the one that nominated PDAC, and I cannot tell you how important this event was for us coming back off of the pandemic. PDAC has given me some comments. I'm going to read those for you right now. PDAC wishes to thank the Tourism Industry Association of Canada for recognizing the invaluable contribution their event makes to the City of Toronto, to the Province of Ontario, and to Canada. For those of you that don't know, PDAC is a not-for-profit association with more than 6,000 members. It is the voice of Canada's mineral, exploration, and mining industry. For more than 90 years, the PDAC convention has welcomed attendees from 135 countries for networking, investing, business meetings, education, and more receptions and events than you can count. At the center of it all are the attendees, and historically, it's been 30,000 people annually. The PDAC Trade Show, Investors and Exchange, specialized programming, events, and keynotes attract local and international governments, geologists, lawyers, investors, students, prospectors, engineers, and scientists to engage in conversations around business development within the mining industry. While it's impossible to ever truly know the full impact of an event like PDAC, we at Destination Toronto know that the event generates over $30 million of annual direct impact to our community. And like other business events, the attendees at PDAC use their participation as a launchpad for other business travel and personal travel. Toronto is often the first or the last stop on the agenda for the attendees, but it is by no means the only stop. PDAC takes great pride in the role that they play in helping showcase the culture and beauty of this great country. PDAC wanted me to note that they recognize the world is collectively looking to a sustainable future. It is widely understood that we must increase the use of low-carbon technologies, such as electric vehicle batteries, wind turbines, and solar panels. Canada, a nation envied the world over for its wealth of natural resources, has a once-in-a-generation opportunity to establish itself as the responsible supplier of choice for this transition that will greatly benefit the community and the economy of this world. On behalf of PDAC, I want to once again say thank you to TIAC, to recognize the impact of all of the nominees for tonight, and encourage you to all come to Toronto for the PDAC convention in 2023, March 5 through 8. Thank you very much.
Since John's busy, I'll jump in to keep us moving along. Our next award is the Travel Media Association of Canada's Travel Media Award. It celebrates and rewards the very best representation of Canada by the media industry in areas of writing, digital media, broadcast media, and publishing. And now the finalists in the TMAC Travel Media Award are...
TMAC Travel Media Award. Matthew and Carla Bailey. Must Do Canada's Matthew and Carla Bailey have created an exceptional social media following that showcases the best of Canada's nature, rural, and urban life experiences to Canadians and the world. In a short period of time, they have achieved recognition as a travel media company focused on real travel in their discovery of Canada as a must-do destination. Leah Adams-Shute. Leah Adams-Shute is a passionate leader and writer in the tourism industry with upwards of 10 years of experience. Through her business, Dune Creative, she consistently depicts the heart, imagination, and adventure that unfolds in the lives of those living in the mountains and across the coastlines in BC. Heather Greenwood Davis. Heather Greenwood Davis is a trailblazer. She's the first Black woman to have a travel column in Canadian national newspapers. Recently published in National Geographic magazine, Heather's story, Where to Find a Little Jamaica, digs deep to find an important area in Toronto that provided many Caribbean immigrants a place to call home.
And to present this award, please join me in welcoming Donna Hatt, Chief Administration Officer at TMAC.
How absolutely fantastic to be here with you this evening. On behalf of the Travel Media Association of Canada, this is our first time here at TIAC, here on this stage sponsoring this award. While all three of our finalists each certainly deserve this award, I have to back this up a bit. The Travel Media Association of Canada is your voice, your megaphone to help deliver your stories to your audiences where we can make a difference, where we can build pride, where we build collaboration, where we build inspiration. During the COVID months, our TMAC members were grounded. Instead, they turned their attention to their communities and helping to draw attention, become locavores, sink their funds, their discretionary income into their communities, and help build that increased awareness and sense of pride in what we have in our own community. And those employees, that means so much to all of us. Today, we stand here with you with the opportunity to acknowledge excellence, and we couldn't be more proud to be here with you today. While I could go on, I know that we're also interested in learning who might be our winner. Two of the nominees, or the finalists, are actually Travel Media Association of Canada members they're all winners in our mind. Kingston, you certainly are a TMAC member, and so congratulations to yourselves. Neil, you and your team from the Yarmouth and Acadian Shores Tourism Association, my gosh, we just hosted our 2022 conference in your backyard, and you ushered us in with an incredible warmth and hospitality that only can be delivered in Nova Scotia. We will be heading to Sudbury next in June of 23, so we can't wait to continue as the Travel Media Association to share your stories and attract increased visitation, but meaningful connections in your communities. So while we do have 2 of these finalists who are TMAC members, one, Leah, is going to become one, aren't you? But ladies and gentlemen, it is my incredible pleasure to announce to you that the winner of the Canadian Tourism Award for Travel Media is Matthew and Carla Bailey. Yay!
Oh, wow. I dreamt that I would remember this speech and become a public speaker overnight, but that's not going to happen. I don't think so. It was actually around this time 5 years ago that we were finishing up the Road to 150, which was a 150-day road trip we did from coast to coast to coast to celebrate Canada's 150th. And it was meant to be a one-time project. It sounds funny, but at the time we thought that we would be running out of content by now by focusing on one country. Little did we know that 5 years later we'd be continuing to explore Canada and running a successful website, YouTube channel, and newsletter now that are just dedicated to Canada. And year after year, we continue to explore new places all over the country, and it seems that every time we visit a new place, we learn about another. And there are more places and experiences now on our bucket list than there was when we started. And there's always been a lot of surprises along the way. The original purpose of our company was really to inspire Canadians to explore their own country, because we know that how much we love to travel the world, Canadians love to travel the world, but very few we've met have actually explored the country, especially in its entirety. But along the way, we've had a lot of surprises, so we've had a lot of comments and emails that our job, we have inspired Canadians to visit Canada, but also a lot of non-Canadians have been inspired to add Canada to their bucket list, and I think in part because Carla's from Mexico originally, and I think that's what gives us a bit of an edge. We have someone from Canada and someone not from Canada. We've actually inspired a lot of people to move to Canada. And along the way, we've actually been stopped sometimes on the road in Calgary, where we're from, and people have said, you actually inspired us to move to Calgary or to Canada. Thank you so much, and they recognize us. And one of them was from Brazil. We actually inspired her to do a road trip across Canada first before moving here. So it's pretty crazy to see that. And then another surprise we got about a year ago was we found out they're using our videos in elementary schools across Canada to educate children on the new country that they belong to. So this award means a lot to us. Our dedication to promoting Canada has really paid off in so many ways. It was a love for travel and for this country that kickstarted everything, and that love has only grown deeper as we travel around. So we just want to say thank you to all the incredible people we've met along the way, all the fans who follow us, of course our family, TMAC and TIAC for helping to bridge the gap between industry and media, and the companies and DMOs we've worked with along the way. And we wanted to say special thanks actually to Best Western. I know they're not here now. They were here for the conference. But they were actually the company that worked with us when we started our 150-day road trip. We had no YouTube channel yet. We had really pretty much no website presence, and we just sent them an idea, and they really loved the idea, and they worked with us, and that really gave us that inspiration to continue. So we want to give a special thanks to them. And I think you wanted to add something, right?
Well, I just want to say that as an immigrant from Mexico, I feel super thankful to call Canada my second home. And I feel so grateful to be able to showcase the beauty, diversity, and the amazing people that is Canada today.
Yeah, so thank you all so much, and we look forward to continuing to explore Canada deeper and deeper.
Okay, folks, the granddaddy of all awards. I'm talking about the awards, not Bill, so don't get that wrong. So this is the final award of the evening. It's the Destination Toronto Lifetime Achievement Award that recognizes an individual who has made a significant contribution of energy, of service, of talent towards the growth of our industry, the Canadian tourism industry, through volunteer work, through service, through business accomplishments. I'm very proud to say that I'm a friend of his, so that's a great thing. So I'd like to ask mon cher ami Scott Beck de venir présenter le dernier prix ce soir.
Hello again. Thank you. It's good to be here. I've had the privilege of sitting between the Honorable Minister Boissonneau and Bill tonight, and I knew of Bill, but I got to know Bill a lot better, so thank you, Bill. As you heard, I'm Scott Beck, President and CEO with Destination Toronto. Je suis bien content d'être ici ce soir, et comme Gloria a dit ce matin, c'est beaucoup mieux en personne. We at Destination Toronto are pleased to support the Tourism Industry Association of Canada and its advocacy, especially over the past 2 years, and to be a sponsor of the Lifetime Achievement Award. And we are thrilled to be here to celebrate. The Canadian Tourism Lifetime Achievement Award recognizes an individual who has dedicated the majority of their professional career to the tourism sector and made an outstanding personal contribution to the sector. This individual helped create growth in Canada's tourism sector through innovation, astute business practices, and the development of new opportunities, and demonstrated leadership in the industry through their engagement with tourism partners at the local, provincial, and national levels. Finally, the award is given to an individual who has left a positive and lasting legacy with the people with whom they have worked, and there is nothing that I think better describes Bill Knowlton. So with that, I'd like to invite Vicki Reed, Vice President for Sales and Operations at Jean-View Canada, who has worked with Bill over 20 years, to come up on stage and share a few words about Bill.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I've had the pleasure to work directly with Bill for more than 25 years, and I'm honored to tell you more about Bill this evening. And no, I didn't start when I was 12 years old. How many times have we heard that one, Bill? Thank you to Bill's colleagues and friends for contributing the information to his nomination. A tourist ambassador for Canada and true gentleman, he has instilled trust and integrity at every step of his 5-decade career. Bill's legacy stands strong in the guise of the many product lines he created, along with the colleagues and contacts that he nurtured and mentored who will continue his partnership approach to doing business. Bill started his career as a tour guide at Tauk Tours in the 1970s. From there, Bill worked for TPT as Director of Sales before we stole him away to Jean-View Canada, because we were always coming up against Bill's talents to win business, so why not just add him to the team? Bill was VP of Marketing and Sales when he started, became a part owner of Jean-View prior to the sale of Transat, and later stepped into the role of Executive VP when HIS purchased Jean-View in 2017. With his charm to engage many tour operators, especially the ladies, to promote more Canada, he was instrumental in growing the company to become the country's leading inbound receptive tour operator. He introduced the independent product line, including launching a winter ski program in 1991, while continuing to support the group business. Bill recognized that Jean-View was built on the success of our supplier and client tour operator partners. Fairness was at the cornerstone of everything he did. Bill also has been a major contributor to tourism boards and committees, such as TIAC, Destination Canada, and Destination Ontario, that have led to the improvement of the industry as a whole. A true pioneer of international tourism to our country and a natural relationship builder, he always had time for everyone at all levels throughout his career, including evenings and weekends entertaining clients and suppliers. If you were out with Bill, there would always be a nice selection of wine, and many a night being the last to leave the bar or restaurant. Bill's legacy in building partnerships and relationships, mentoring colleagues, myself included, and teaching us how to catch a quick nap on an airplane in the midst of a sales trip will continue. His patience, charm, and easygoing personality went hand in hand with his unrivaled knowledge of Canada and astute understanding of what an international traveler was looking for. It's my pleasure to invite my friend, colleague, and mentor, Bill Knowlton, to the stage.
Hi, everybody. I think this is the longest I've lasted at a TIAC event on one glass of wine. We'll try to remedy that later, and I understand that Pierre Santoni is hosting everyone at the Shore Club downstairs afterwards. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Destination Toronto. Thank you, Vicky. Thanks to TIAC, of course. This is a very special award, and it's unique in our industry, and it's something that we all should strive for, because all of us have a stake in the success of our industry. I haven't said anything that I've written yet, but what I'd also particularly like to first off thank is the team of very creative writers who submitted the application for this award. It's clear that they're in sales, and I've been blessed to work with a group of incredibly talented, dedicated, and fun-loving individuals, which has kept me in this business for this long, and a number of those colleagues are here tonight, and I thank you all for the support that I've had for these very many years. It's exciting to be back here at the Canadian Travel Awards. It's been fun tonight to see the regeneration of our excitement of our industry, and a big shout out to all of the nominees and the winners. It's you and your peers with your dedication and creativity that are keeping the Canadian hospitality dream alive. I have a bunch of prepared notes here, not surprisingly, and many of the notes here are echoing things that you've heard over the last 2 days. I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to repeat some of them because I think they bear repetition. As Vicky said, I started my career as a tour director for Tauk Tours in what's probably regarded now as the Middle Ages of tourism. Arthur Tauk is one of leisure tourism's product geniuses, and core to his success was the premise of loyalty. In particular, loyalty in building enduring supplier relationships that were win situations that became partnerships and allowed him to deliver products and services that led to enormous customer satisfaction, hence loyalty and repeat business. It was there I also learned another lesson about the real business world. One fall, I approached Art with an idea about a change in operational management, and he said, no, it's not necessary. And a year later, I was surprised to see that it was announced that this change was going to be implemented in the next year. So I went to him and said, so what's going on with this change? And he said, looked at me in the eye, a little smile on his face, and said, well, it wasn't a good idea then, but it's a good idea now, and now it's my idea. In those days, tour directing was seasonal, in the same category as working summer in any of the famous resorts in Canada. There wasn't a lot of formal training, but there was a tremendous energy and enthusiasm as we were experiencing, for the first time for most all of us, many of Canada's wonders. Our industry has matured greatly since then, but we still fly under the economic radar. These are the parts that are the repetition. The takeaway from COVID has been to illustrate to government and to business how significantly we are interwoven into the Canadian economy. As we generate visitation through conventions, business, meetings, leisure, education, sports, across the country, we touch the everyday life of virtually every community in Canada. We now boast a strong network of educators and institutions who are preparing young Canadians and international students for careers in hospitality. It's so important to see the TIAC engagement with education and human resources. I congratulate all of the future leaders that we honored yesterday. I don't really think of them as future leaders, given the resumes that they were carrying. They're leaders already, and I believe we have a stake. We have a continuing stake in ensuring that those leaders have meaningful careers through continued investment in our infrastructure and in them. Minister Boissonnault has been very active with his colleagues. He spoke earlier today about the 24 ministries who are involved in tourism. They've not always worked in unison. His plan to bring them together and bring a cohesive, holistic approach to our industry is logical, brave, and most welcome. Thank you, Minister. As you know of this group, Minister, we're all here to help and certainly to offer advice. I've spent most of my life either showing Canada to visitors or selling Canada to people who drive visitation to our destination. We've not always boasted the most opulent product or the most seamless experience, but what stands out is that our Canadian welcome has a personality, it has a sense of humor, and it is genuine. That's an attribute, or those are attributes that Gloria expanded on actually earlier today. Thank you, Gloria, for using better words for longer time. The authenticity that sets us apart from our competition for what we remember most from our travels are the connections we have with people along the way. This morning, Marcia talked about our marketing drive as being one that we were going to use to outsmart the competition. I'd like to add that I think we can out-welcome the competition in our delivery. Our industry's collective mission and challenge is to aggressively foster a sense of worth in our workforce who touch every stage of a traveler's journey, for them to see that what they do is recognized, valued, and rewarded. We need to demonstrate that they are engaged in a profession and not a job. We've got an expression in our company, perhaps it's my expression, that we are all in sales. The end game is seeing that a client or a colleague appreciates your work and what you've done for them. You've done something that sold them on you. It's personal and it's empowering. Good selling, everybody. Thank you.
Someone is gonna. I don't know who's up.
I don't know either.
All right, there we go. Congratulations, Bill. Okay, folks, this has been an amazing evening. We've had so many great people up on stage, so many great people that were nominated that weren't on stage, but were still fantastic. So it could come to a conclusion of the evening. We're going to hopefully have you stick around for a little bit more. Hopefully the bar downstairs is open. I'd ask all the elected MPs to stick around and come up on stage with the minister for a picture after.
On behalf of everyone here, I would like to thank our sponsors, Minister Boissonneau, and acknowledge the hard work and dedication of all of our finalists. Congratulations to this year's recipients. Thanks to Beth and the TIAC team for another successful event.
Great. Big hand to Teresa, who did a great job tonight. So thanks, everybody. Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here in 1 year's time. All right, enjoy.
TIAC's Canadian Tourism Awards would like to thank our title sponsors, the Toronto Star, WestJet, and Ottawa Tourism. Les Grands Prix du tourisme canadien de l'AITC tiennent à remercier les commanditaires en titre suivants: the Toronto Star, WestJet et Tourisme Ottawa.